Hello and welcome. Today I want to talk about a very important topic: how to survive when your paycheck suddenly stops. The term job security seems to have vanished from the dictionary of employers all around the world. So, all around the world, no job is secured these days. So, if you're lucky to have a job today, that's fine. But your paycheck will stop anytime, and it's better to prepare. I have been through it, and in this video, I share with you my strategies that I use to survive. They might be useful to you now or in the future. So, if you're ready, let me share these strategies with you. The first one is this: leveraging your emergency funds or income from other investments and side hustles. Financial advisors will tell you that you should build an emergency fund when you're working. What is an emergency fund? Emergency fund is for emergency. So that is in case of the unexpected, you access these funds. And according to financial experts, your emergency fund should be able to pay your bills for 6 months while you try to sort out yourself. So when your paycheck stop, so this is the time to access your emergency fund. This is the time also to assess your other investment, income from other investments, if you do have, and side hustles. If you're working right now, you better have some side hustle somewhere because you are not sure whether the paycheck will stop sooner or later. So assessing your emergency funds, and income from other investment and side hustles is one of the strategies that I used and it worked for me. Okay, so the second strategy is this: to take stock of your properties and try and make a distinction between what is asset, what is liability. What I mean by that is this: when we're working and we earn salary, we buy a lot of things. Properties, some of them from lifestyle inflation, because your pay has increased, you want to buy things. So when your paycheck stops, that's when you begin to take a reassessment of what you have and look at what looks like asset to you now and what no longer serves you, which becomes like a liability. And then you can now put up those things for sale and convert them to liquid assets. One Igbo man taught me a very big lesson many years ago. He said, if your property can solve your problem, you don't have a problem. So that was my idea too. And then the third strategy is this: when your paycheck stops, things are no longer normal as it used to be. So there's a new normal now. And you have to be honest with yourself. You cannot continue with the same spending pattern. You cannot continue with the same, consumption pattern. So you have to adjust to the new reality. If you are married, then this is the time to sit your family down and say, hey, this is it. So don't be shy. Be very honest with yourself. Be very honest with your family so that you don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself. And then the strategy number 4 is that learn to manage job image and identity loss. For most of us, our identity is tied to the job that we do. I'm a director, I'm a manager, I'm a lecturer, I'm this, I'm that. But now that identity seems to have been lost. But actually, your identity is not tied to the work that you do. Your identity is who you are. And so if you take a look at the government identity document, it's your name, maybe middle name and surname, maybe some biological features about you. So it's not about job. The job is what you do to earn a living and not who you are. So you have to learn to manage this job image and identity loss. Because if you carry it along with you and trying to look for other jobs, sometimes they work against you. So you have to be humble at this level. You also have to deconstruct your ego. And then strategy number 5, yes. When you have stabilized yourself and you now begin to create a new economic structure or a new economic framework. First of all, you might want to look for a job. But I warn you, the job market is crazy right now, even when you have the right qualifications. But you might want to look for a job in the same industry or in other ones These days, there are a lot of transferable skills. So you can work in academia, work in the industry, you can work in different places if you have transferable skills. So you can get another job if you are still in for 9 to 5 business. Again, this is a time to reinvent yourself. Perhaps you want to become an entrepreneur now, what you have always wanted to do, but the 9 to 5 job did not allow you. So this is a time to think about being an entrepreneur, and or maybe the time to blow up your side hustle into a full-blown business. So you need to create a new economic structure. You may also want to join a cooperative society. You may want to, assess your retirement funds and all of that to build a new economic framework. It's up to you what you want to do, but you have to build a new economic framework. And when you have done this, as you continue on this new level, you also have to, that's the final strategy, begin to build another set of emergency funds in case of the unexpected. So the emergency funds is not what you assess once and it goes. You have to build again when you have stabilized and into another economic venture. So I hope these ideas, these strategies work for you. I pray your job, is secure. But when it's not, don't you worry. You can apply this. So these are my ideas. If you have some ideas to add, please drop them in the comment section. Let us build a think tank, to help us live good lives. So I remain yours sincerely, Austin Emielu. God bless you.